The church may feel a way about today's topic. Not just the church, but the LGBTQ. My apologies if I did not say the name correctly, may also feel a way about today's topic. Today's video, I'm going to need you to consider new ideas and perspectives. Be open-minded to different viewpoints. And do not forget to place your comments in the comment section below. Tami Roman and her daughter was on Candy Podcast not too long ago. Tami Roman's daughter is in a same-sex relationship and Tami don't approve of it. Not just that, men and women, but Funky Dineva goes on his YouTube channel and expresses how he feels and way more. I have some clips I want to play for you today. But before we jump into those clips, for people who don't know who Funky Dineva is, he is a successful YouTuber, one of the pioneers of YouTube who hosts shows like TGIF and Dish Nation. Let's jump into the first clip.
He said this, I'm graduating, right? Getting my degree, and
she can't be in the
she
same.
can't be there.
She can't.
Do you get what I'm saying? My girlfriend can't be there.
Why? That's true.
Exactly. There's moments that my people have.
Hold on,
Thank you.
Tami.
Let's speak about it if we're going to speak about it. Let's
Why
speak about
she
it.
can't be there?
And I knew not to even tell. I told her, but she knew. She was like, okay, I can't be there. Congrats.
With your other daughter,
Oh.
she's straight, right? Her boyfriend's in the past. She's never been allowed to bring her boyfriends around.
She would be.
She would be.
She would be.
And why is
Thank
what's the difference?
Because
Thank you. I love it. Now we're talking. What you did? You leaned in. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Like, how is that fair?
because there's something called confirmation bias, and when people think like you think or appear to be how you are, you're more drawn to those type of people. So my daughter is a heterosexual female. Confirmation bias allows me to accept whatever situation she's presenting versus not really understanding this moment. And so I got to take a step back and figure out how it works for me and how I can be comfortable in that moment, because there's something called mental health that we have to be concerned about, and I got to be concerned about mine. Even though I'm trying to walk with her and love her, I still got to do what's right for me as well.
Okay, but you're not graduating. She is. So
She's graduating.
Okay, about so.
Okay, all right, there we have it. So Tami Roman's daughter is graduating. And Tami don't want her daughter's girlfriend at the graduation. And she said it's confirmation bias, right? We just heard what she had to say about the confirmation bias. She can't mentally deal with or know how to deal with her daughter that's in a same-sex relationship. But she has another daughter who's not in a same-sex relationship, and she's more familiar with that. So she gravitates to that because she don't know how to gravitate to the one that's in the same-sex relationship. So with that being said, she has to protect her mental peace, she said, and in the same trying to learn how to deal with that at the same time. Now, most of y'all may feel how Candy feel, but it's her graduation. So why she still can't go? Okay, I'm going to give y'all an example. I got more clips to play because I got some clips that I need to play that Funky Dineva has said that I would like to address as well. So once again, I recommend you listen to the whole video before you place your comments below. It's very important, right? A lot of the times we jump ahead of the game and just react off of one particular part that a person said, not knowing how it ended. You understand what I'm saying? Back to what I was saying, most people may feel like how Candy feel, but it's her daughter graduation. So why her girlfriend can't come? It's not about you, it's about your daughter. This is what I have to say on this part. Tami raised her daughter and raised her daughter by herself and raised her obviously a certain way. Her daughter decided to branch off and do her own thing and own belief and move a certain way. That's okay, that's fine and dandy. Because our job is to raise our children in the way that they go. They're going to branch off and think and become and do and move and however they want to be, whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent, whatever, right? So I'm not worrying about that part. That part is not what I'm worrying about. As Tami being her mother, knowing that I raised you a certain way, you have to allow me the space to be able to cope and deal with that. She never said that she didn't want to deal with her daughter because she's in a same-sex relationship. She's saying that I need the space and knowing how to cope and deal with that. Now, if this was a different scenario, if somebody else was going through something, we would allow them to have that grace. We would allow that person to have that grace. We would give them the grace, is what I'm trying to say. To be able to deal with whatever they're dealing with, whether it's concerning you, concerning their mental, we would give them the space and the grace for that. That is a must in any area of life. Let me give you an example. You have a husband, your partner, your spouse. Y'all stay in the relationship and try to work it out. Just because he or she is not cheating no more, just because he and she tried to stay in the relationship, does not mean that you don't give them the grace and the space to heal, to get their mental together concerning what just transpired. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't care what scenario, what situation it is, we have to allow a person grace. We have to give them grace and space to cope with what is going on. We have to allow that. I don't care if it is the LGBTQ. I don't care if it is cheating. I don't care what it is. It applies to every scenario. You understand what I'm saying, men and women? It applies to every scenario. But Funky Dineva and many others feel like Tami just don't like it. She don't. It's obvious. But she never said that I'm disowning my child. She never said that I did not want this to become a thing. She have to learn how to cope with it. That's what she said. That's number one. Now, we got that part out the way. I'm going to play you another clip concerning what Funky Dineva is saying. So like I said in the beginning of the video, consider new ideas and perspectives. Be open-minded to different viewpoints. I'm going to play a clip.
Tami, you my homegirl, and I don't need you texting my phone or calling me, but you can, and we can talk about it. You are full of shit. Tami, you are full of shit with that rehearsed ass answer. All right, and I think, and for me, I'm gonna be very honest with you. For me, it was the rehearsed ass, and it was the rehearsed ass answer, and it was pulling out, confirmation bias in an effort to appear like a damn wordsmith and to appear so highly educated on the matter that actually pisses me off even more. Tami is a perfect example of how a lot of black people are, period. Okay? And the root of the situation is, Tami, you don't like it. You don't agree with it. You don't want it for your daughter. You wish she would be anything other than a lesbian. That is the God honest truth. Just like a lot of y'all that watch me. There is a lot of y'all who will walk up to me and be like, I've been rocking with you since the wig, since Scandal. I love you to death. Oh my God, I watch you every night. And you're the same person, though, that will turn around and lose your shit if your son was ever me.
All right, let's pause. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what Funky Dineva just said. It's right. But can two things be right at once? Yes, it can, men and women. Yes, it can. It is people out here that do watch Funky Dineva. I don't watch Funky Dineva. Clips go viral. If something go viral, we may all catch it. Am I right or wrong? Okay. So I might catch a viral clip. But when he was on TGIF, I liked him on there. He was different. His channel and him being on national TV, he acts two different ways, as he should, because Fox Network was funding TGIF on YouTube. But on your stuff, you can be how you want to be. You understand what I'm saying? So, as I did like TGIF, I used to tune in often because I liked all three of the hosts, Al and Claudia Jordan and Funky Dineva. They was from different they have different personalities and different upbringings and different perspectives. I really enjoyed it. It was great. But anyway, it was a shame how it ended. But anywho, he's right. It's people that been rocking with him since the days he was wearing his wigs. Because he was, I don't know what to call it. I'm not being disrespectful to the community. But when he used to do like more cross-dressing, that's in my time, that's what we called it. Cross-dressing. I don't know what's going on now. But cross-dressing and with the wigs and the lipstick and things like that, people been rocking with him since that time. But like he said, if it was your child that turned gay, it would be a problem. Two things can be right at the same time. Just because I cuss Do I want my kids to cuss? Absolutely not. Just because I had sex before marriage, do I want the next generation of mine to have sex before marriage? Absolutely not. Just because I am doing something as an adult, I am doing something in my generation, doesn't mean that I want the next to do it too. We can apply that same statement that he just said to any area of life. So we are not going to take that statement and only categorize it for the LGBTQ community. I apologize again if I'm saying the name wrong. We're not going to categorize it just for that. That can fit in any area of life. So he's right. If I am watching Funky Dineva and my child turns out to be a person who become LGBT community, go into the LGBTQ community, I wouldn't like it. No, I wouldn't like it. We all say and do and things in life that we don't want the next generation to do. Let's just keep it a being. We could take that statement and apply it to any aspect of life. Any aspect of life. It's not just for the LGBTQ community. It is people that is doctors, surgeons, that's in white collar field, who will watch Love and Hip Hop. But will they want their kids to be on Love and Hip Hop? Absolutely not. Two things can be right at the same time. Once again, we can apply that statement that he just said to any aspect of life. Don't just single it out for the LGBT community. That's all I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying, men and women? All right. Let's play another clip.
Tami, you don't have to dress it up. You don't have to dress it up. Now, I do love the fact that Tami said, I'm trying to walk this walk with you. But Tami, this is what you don't get to do in 2025. Because mental health is now a word that we toss around so freely now that it has weakened the word and it's been hijacked for bullshit. This is not a mental health issue. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between you being upset, you not liking something, and you being in a mental health conundrum. A mental health conundrum is, I was raped at 6 years old by Uncle Paul, and now y'all want me to come and invite Uncle Paul to the graduation.
All right. So what Funky Dineva just said, that Tami Roman, what she just spoke, she was trying to dress it up. That's not really mental health. What he just described, what is mental health, is somebody in a family wound up raping you. And then they bring them to the family reunion and you're there. That's called trauma, men and women. That's not mental health. The definition of mental health, men and women, is a person emotional, psychological, and social well-being. Let me repeat it again. The meaning of mental health is a person's emotional, psychological, and social well-being. Google it. What did Tami Roman say in the beginning of the video that I just played for y'all? That her mental health concerning her daughter with same-sex dating, and she wanted to bring her girlfriend to the graduation. She had to protect her what? Her mental health. So in the Google definition, she's saying that I had to protect my emotion, my psychological, and my social well-being. That's what she's saying that she had to protect. What Funky Dineva just described was trauma, men and women. Okay? So Tami Roman didn't try to dress it up. And if she did, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? If she did try to dress it up for the sake of her daughter, being respectful to her daughter and the way that she chooses to go, and because she's on a podcast that can potentially go worldwide concerning this topic. So what's wrong with dressing stuff up? We can't dress stuff up now. We can't dress. It's not what you do, it's how you do it sometimes. It's not what you say, it's how you say it sometimes. It's in the action, men and women. Sometimes it's in the action. Let me play another clip.
This right here is just a situation of you don't want your daughter to be gay, and you are right with her being gay just as long as it ain't around you.
All right, I want to pause on that part, what he just said. This is the case of you don't want your daughter to be gay, but you want as long as your daughter ain't gay around you. Now, I want to talk about that part because let's be real. A lot of parents are dealing with that is doing same-sex dating, same-sex marriage, and they are not able to cope with it. They are not trying to disown their kids, but in the same token, they are not trying to come into agreement with something that they view as inaccurate, that they view as not biblical for people who is Christian, Catholic, or whatever religion you may be. So he stated that, once again, this is the case of, you could go ahead and be gay as long as you're not gay around me. What's wrong with that? Hear me out again. If I am a parent who loved my kid, who raised my kid, who did all that I can do as a single parent, whether you a male or female single parent, or married or co-parenting with that child or them children, decided to join the LGBTQ community, and I don't want to depart from you. So I'm asking you something that I disagree with, that you know that I disagree with, because I raised you. I raised you in the way that you should go. Once again, if you remember what I said in the beginning, that I'm not mad at that. Kids branch off and become and be interested and do and thrive and have their own perception. That's what they're supposed to do in the world of things. That's what they're supposed to do. But you know how I raise you. You know how I am. Let me give you an example. You have a close friend, and your close friend already knows your pros and cons. Already knows you know what you like and what you dislike, what you agree with, what you don't agree with. Your friend, your close friend know you. Y'all grew up together from the same hood, from the same place, went to college together, whatever. They know you, you know them. But they bring another friend around who does crack cocaine. Y'all in college. Bring another friend around who does crack cocaine. They know you don't get into doing crack cocaine. So why are you not respecting my boundaries? Why are you not respecting my outlook on life? Why would you bring or have me involved in something that I disagree with? Why, once again, like I said in the beginning of the video, men and women, why do we take certain narrative and only single it out for the LGBT community? Can two things be right at the same time? We could take what he's saying for any scenario of life. So is it really wrong? Is it really wrong? Absolutely not. Is it really wrong? Absolutely not. Is it wrong for Tami Roman to feel, I don't like you being gay, but that's what you choose to do, and I don't want to disassociate with you, but don't bring it around me? Is that really wrong? Because if I had a friend that got into decided to be friends with another friend that got into things that I don't get into, why would you bring that friend around me? That's not what I get into. That's not what I am. That's not who I am. It's the same thing. So don't single it out for that community. Don't make it seem like somebody is targeting that community. It's who the individual is. It's who they are. It's what they believe in. Whatever the case is. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Let's play another clip.
Just as long as you don't have to see it, just as long as you don't have to participate in the fullness of her identity, then you're all right with it. No different than when straight guys say shit like, I'm all right with gay guys as long as they don't act like the feminine type. You are all right with the type of gay that doesn't require you to operate any way different than you do in your heterosexual life.
So real quick, I want to speak on what he just said about the heterosexual guys. As long as you don't act the feminine type. If I'm uncomfortable with someone or something, why would I make it a part of me? Why would I make it a part of me if I'm uncomfortable with it? If I don't agree with it? Why would I want to come into agreement with something or someone that I am uncomfortable with, or who makes me don't feel comfortable in my being? It seemed like to me the LGBTQ community is seeking for validation. That is the problem here. If that is your identity, some people say they were born like that. That's what they like. That's what they enjoy. Then you have to come to terms with it is people out here who doesn't agree with that. They shouldn't disrespect you. They shouldn't belittle you, but they don't have to come into agreement or think like you. You can't push that narrative on another individual, but they have to respect you. So it seems like that community is looking for validation, because ain't no way in the world, and I'm not saying everybody in that community, keep pushing that narrative on people who feels and think otherwise. It just doesn't make sense. I want to say this part real quick about Funky Dineva. When he was on TGIF Friday, I told y'all that was a show that I had like, you know, you had Funky Dineva, you had Claudia Jordan, and you had Al Reynolds. And I mean, it was, like I said, 3 different personalities, 3 different perspectives. It was just a great show. And I loved all 3 of them on there, I must say. Funky Dineva has been transparent and open about his upbringing. If I'm not mistaken, how he was teased. If I'm not mistaken, how his family did not agree with him being gay, right? I think a lot of Funky Dineva perception roots from childhood trauma. I'm not saying he didn't heal. I don't know. I'm not saying he didn't do the work on him. I don't know. But I think his perception, his outlook on how people view the LGBTQ community is because they view them in salacious ways. I want to say this. I am a person who does not agree with same-sex dating. But I'm also a person who respects people because I am a child of God. God gives me grace and mercy, and who am I to not give an individual the same thing? You understand what I'm saying? Just because I don't agree with something doesn't mean I hate the individual. Just because I don't agree with something doesn't mean that I look down on that individual. It just doesn't work that way. I don't believe in that. I am a believer of Christ. Back to what I was saying. I believe Funky Dineva have saw some things, heard some things been directly towards him, directly towards the community that came from Christians, that came from non-Christians. And his perception is based off of that. And I understand. I totally get it. But I think as a whole, right? I want to directly talk to the people who do not agree with same-sex dating, right? Who don't agree with same-sex marriage, right? Who is Christian or any other religion, right? I want to talk to those individuals real quick because it's something that the Lord placed in my spirit, right? When I had to do a video on this topic today that he brought to my attention, right? Long gone the days of salacious acts or actions towards that community. Don't bring your value down. Don't compromise, but show love. Show love. And showing love doesn't mean that you got to keep throwing the Bible at them. Showing love doesn't mean that you have to compromise. Showing love means leading by an example and speaking the truth when it comes your way. Stand on business. Because that community has been beaten down by salacious acts and actions. How could they ever, if they wanted to, if they thought about it, look at it, or become different, talking bad about my community, talking about my sin, calling it a sin, because this is how they feel. No sin is greater than the next. We are all born into sin, right? So there's no need to put another person down. Real quick, if you are new here to the Reawaken Podcast, check out the description box for more information on the Reawaken Podcast. Once again, can we agree to disagree? Or can we agree? Whatever it is, put it below in the comment section, but be respectful. See y'all on another video.